Down day across the board. Crude oil was a big loser for us. The 50K was down 1,050, and we were at equity peaks yesterday on the 50K. So minus 1,050. I'm going to need to get a new mouse. This one's jumpy. 200K portfolio was down as well. Minus 5,600, given back yesterday's gains, plus about 300. Crude oil was about 4,000 of that, minus 4K on crude oil. Crazy day in crude oil with OPEC. Market had about a 5 point range, up 4 and down about 5. We'll go over that, but pretty extreme. The market internals and the stock indexes, massive greed, in my opinion. Extremely overbought in the short term. I anticipate the market to go much higher in the longer term, but just really getting carried away here. Market internals are negative. Advanced decline line negative, and we see the narrower indexes going against the market internals of S&P 500, Nasdaq 100 are 500 stocks and 100 stocks versus a NYSE has about 3,700 stocks, I believe. And so these are narrower indexes, the strength of them, so that the indexes can go against their market internals and have done more so of that lately. But they don't usually go against the VIX. The VIX was up today, 2.25%. It did come off at ties, but it's coming off a relatively low. So went down to the 14 handle, popped up to the 16 handle, and settled around 1544. But the VIX was up, and usually the market doesn't surge when the VIX is up, even if it's a small amount. But that is, this is a sign of an extremely, extremely strong market that I think could go much higher. Based on the amount of greed and liquidity in the market, even though it ought to go back, even though it ought to go down, it ought to pull back. It's overbought, and it probably will be some pullbacks along the way. But I have a webinar coming up. I want to share that with you. The details of that are in the registration below and at the end of this video. The stock indexes are our strength and have been our strength in these portfolios. The things that have held us back are gold, and then today was crude oil. Was one of the things that held us back the most, even though it was down. In spite of crude oil. So night trader plus 675. This one continues on a winning streak. Adapt moving average continues on a melt up winning streak. I think we're on 12 out of 15 days now, or 13 out of 16 days, where adapt moving average just goes higher. 60-minute breakout got long at the end of the day. Tick count trends minus 425, minus 425, getting stopped out at the end of the day. ES2, Night Trader VSD was in the 200K portfolio plus 675, Tick Fader plus 375. Interesting to see a short trade work at all in this type of market. VSD long only plus 987.50. Nasdaq gap continuation minus 325. This was one of the losses in the 50K portfolio and the 200K portfolio. Tick Pulse V12 minus 625 tried to go short, and not a lot of trades in the indexes. The way the markets were trading today didn't generate a lot of trades. 60-minute breakout plus 425, 60-minute breakout B plus 4,065. This strategy is absolutely on fire. It has a bigger stop loss, and you can see what it's done. We stopped trading it down here at the end of September, and it's come all the way back to new equity peaks, just skyrocketing this month. It's pretty extreme to have a worst case drawdown and then go straight up to brand new equity peaks. And that's what it did, $21,000 in September. And this is one of the strategies that we can look at in trading NASDAQ to 25,000. And I've looked at a different way to do this. There's a monthly stop loss in there. We can add that in there. And there will be ups and downs, and the NASDAQ I anticipate will continue to soar higher. We want to manage our risk, and there's a better way to trade this. PR breakout minus 325, tick wave minus 825, VSD long only plus 39.15, VSD long short plus 39.15, EVP1 down at the end of the day minus 12.95. This one's on a losing streak. Gap continuation, big stop loss minus 725. Big pullbacks here. Fibonacci's may start working in this bull market if it continues. Viper 2008 plus 150. Crude oil, now this was the biggest loser on the day. We had minus 725 on Cobra Crude. conservative, minus 725 on Cobra Crude aggressive, Cobra Crude aggressive, and then gap fill in reverse, minus 525 on our new system Crude swing after being in a winning streak. Went straight into a loss on the first trade that we took on this. But look at the range on this. It goes from the 79 handle all the way up to the nearly 83.50, and then all the way back down to 78.25. You see up here there is a $5.17 range on this market. Today reminds me of our makes me think of our gold reversal system. We've seen gold do this a lot. Crude oil doesn't usually do that. It hasn't been doing this, but we'll watch it because gold reversal may work on that strategy if crude oil starts acting like gold. OPEC did meet today, so that was one of the reasons. Natural gas, no trades on the day. RBOB, no trades. Gold, we had Cobra Gold take a trade. We didn't take that trade. Plus 575. Asia Gold 4 short, minus 525. And those were the only trades on the day. We didn't trade those strategies today. Silver, no trades. Copper, copper breakout home run is in a trade right now, and it's up about $100 per contract, and that one will hold overnight. Euro overnight is just 1 hour. 4 o'clock is Eastern, 4 o'clock Central, and it will reopen at 5 o'clock. Euro currency, plus 625 on the day. Soybeans, no trades on the day. Optional strategies. Old strategies, we trade 127. We track 127 strategies. Different strategies are in different portfolios. Let's look at Cobra Crude. Cobra Crude had this long trade in. It just has a stop loss on it, and it was stopped out. Cobra Crude Nasdaq, tested on Nasdaq, was stopped out here. Nice swing trade in bonds. Got short, got long. Nice short trade yesterday in Cobra Crude 2022. We're still watching this strategy to make sure that it's something we want to trade. It's a fairly new pattern, and let's look. We've already looked at the market internals. We're going to talk about Nasdaq 25,000. I want to invite you to my special webinar presentation next Wednesday, November the 10th, 2021, trading the Nasdaq to 25,000. In this webinar, I'm going to talk about why the Nasdaq could go to 25,000, why it's important to take advantage of the move, how to trade the Nasdaq to 25,000 and manage your risk when you're trading it. Also, how you can trade the Nasdaq if it crashes. We're going to look at automated trading systems. We're going to look at option strategies. You can join us Wednesday, November the 10th, 2021, 3 p.m. right after the market closes. Webinar registration is at Capstone Trading Systems homepage, capstonetradingsystems.com.